fever nut job. And so last night, the Indiana Pacers are in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and they're off to a really solid start. And Tyrese Haliburton, their most important player, is off to a really solid start. He's knocked down 3 of the 4 three-point attempts he's taken in the first quarter. He's off to a tremendous start, and it's looking good. And then he falls to the ground with an Achilles injury. And I'm sitting like, are you kidding me? And we know he's been playing hurt, cursed. Indianapolis and their professional sports teams keep producing these transcendent or big stars or potential stars that are going to bring us greatness. And we've been blessed. We had Peyton Manning. And Peyton Manning was there for 10, 12 years and was a tremendous player and brought us a Super Bowl title. But in 2011, Peyton Manning ended up having to have neck surgery. His neck got injured in 2006. He got some kind of herniated disc. He survived up until 2011 and then needed this neck surgery that ended his career in Indianapolis, and he eventually landed with the Denver Broncos and won a second Super Bowl with them. But we have Peyton Manning, who at the time and for about a decade was like, oh, man, he's in the running to be the greatest quarterback of all time. He's going to win multiple Super Bowls here in Indianapolis. He's going to be our Joe Montana, our Tom, or eventually turned into Tom Brady. He's going to be our Roger Staubach. And he ends his career in Denver and wins a Super Bowl with them, gets carried to a Super Bowl with them, but has one great, awesome season in Denver. I'm like, okay, Peyton Manning. They replaced Peyton Manning with Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck, best quarterback prospect since John Elway. He's from Stanford. He's unbelievable. He's tremendous. That's who the Colts lean into after Peyton Manning. And then in 2015, he has a sprained shoulder, lacerated kidney, torn abdominal muscle. In 2016, torn cartilage in his rib. 2017, shoulder surgery, repaired labrum damage. 2019, calf strain. And retires. Andrew Luck. Pacers end up, they had a great basketball player at Indiana University named Victor Oladipo. I believe he started his career professionally in Orlando, makes a quick pick stop, I think, in OKC, and then ends up with the Indiana Pacers. And he was a good NBA player his first 3 or 4 seasons. When he gets to Indianapolis, he becomes a star, an all-star. I think his first year there, he finishes 9th, I think, in MVP voting, averages 23 points a game. And then in his second season, he has a quadricep tendon rupture in 2019. And that's the end of Victor Oladipo in Indianapolis as a superstar. And before Oladipo, because Oladipo replaced Paul George. I think Paul George played at Fresno State, began his career in Indianapolis with the Pacers, and he builds up until he's an all-star caliber player, until he is an MVP candidate. He leads the Pacers to a, I believe, 56-26 record in 2013-14, that season. Their best record in like a decade, the best record they've had. They haven't eclipsed that record since. He has a compound fracture while trying out for or preparing for the Olympics and breaks both bones in his right leg. And the Pacers, he eventually returned, sat out a year, eventually returned, but was never the same for the Pacers. The Pacers were never as good as that 56-26 record they had in 2013 and 14. We're cursed. Indianapolis is cursed as it relates to their sports teams and their sports superstars. And that leads me to Caitlin Clark. Should we be concerned about Caitlin Clark? And what's going on with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever? Because just a week ago, I was on this show talking about Caitlin Clark and Tyrese Haliburton. What a pairing in Indianapolis. We've got the whole basketball world set on fire. We got Tyrese Haliburton knocking down game-winning shots and big clutch shots throughout the entire playoffs. He's elevating himself to superstar status. And then the biggest star in all of sports is Caitlin Clark, and she plays for the Indiana Fever. Holy cow, what's going on in Indianapolis? This is amazing. The Indiana Fever are going to be a championship caliber team this year. And right now, I believe they are 6-5. They've lost 2 straight. They're off to probably the most disappointing season in the WNBA. And Caitlin Clark is in the toilet. The past 2 games, I think she shot 1 of 17 from beyond the arc. Her energy and emotion and everything about her personality has changed since the Barbie brawl with the Connecticut Sun. What did that happen, 7-8 days ago? In the 2 games after the Barbie brawl in the Connecticut Sun, Caitlin Clark's emotion, energy level, everything about her on-court energy and persona has been different, and her shots have not been falling. And yesterday, before the Pacer game, the Indiana Fever fell apart in the fourth quarter, but really fell apart the entire game because Caitlin Clark was horrendous. 8 turnovers. She had 7 turnovers in the loss in the game before. 1 of 17 from three-point range in the past 2 games. 15 turnovers in the last 2 games. And there's just, if you watch these games, there's something off about her. And we should be concerned. It's not, oh, everybody.